Weapons of Mass Destruction released its report, World at Risk, which addresses the proliferation of nuclear and biological weapons. This report covers a lot of important ground, but probably the most important is its assessment. The risk is growing, not because we're not making any progress, but because the enemy is adapting, and we must constantly anticipate and adapt as well across a broad front. The declared purpose of the report was to set forth honestly and directly the threat our country faces if terrorists acquire weapons of mass destruction, as well as present recommendations of actions that the United States, in concert with the free world, can take to make our homeland and the world safer. Another important goal was to inform the American people and engage us as citizens, and thereby empower us. The report calls for a new emphasis on open and honest engagement between government and citizens in safeguarding our homeland and in becoming knowledgeable about and developing coordinated public responses to potential terrorist attacks. Today's forum is a small contribution to realizing that goal. As the report reminds us, we need unity at all levels, nationally, locally, and globally. There is still time to defend ourselves if we act with the urgency called for by the nature of the threat that confronts us. Responding to that call for action is the purpose of the report and of this forum. When all is said and done, it is communities that defeat terrorism. As Commissioner Kelly testified in September 2008, we have absolutely no time to lose. Everything we know about Al-Qaeda tells us that they will try to hit us again, possibly next time with weapons of mass destruction. We must do everything in our power to stop them before it's too late. The Center for Security Policy is honored to have the opportunity to hold this forum in New York City. On behalf of the Center, I would like to express our profound thanks to the Alfred P. Sloan Foundation for the generous grant that made this forum possible. We would also like to express our deep appreciation for the participation of our distinguished speakers today, all of whom bring an extraordinary depth of knowledge and wisdom to these issues. Likewise, profound thanks to you, our audience, many of whom are on the front lines of this struggle and who continue day in and day out to do so much to keep our nation, our state, and our city safe and secure against these threats. Thank you for giving your time to be with us today. Now it's my privilege to introduce Frank Gaffney, the President of the Center for Security Policy, who will lead the discussion on the Commission with Commissioner Rademacher and Fran Townsend. Frank has spent his whole professional life, first in government when he was most notably Assistant Secretary of Defense for International Security Policy in the Reagan administration, and for the last 20 years leading the Center, the nation's premier privately funded organization focusing on our nation's security. Frank brings a profound knowledge of the threats we face and a passion for keeping America safe against them. Ladies and gentlemen, Frank Gaffney.